Hi and welcome to the Week 1 review and the Week 2 preview for GM623. I wanted to go over a few things that I noticed in the assignments last week in terms of APA formatting. And I wanted to go over with you how to integrate a direct quote and use a proper APA in-text citation. So let's say you wanted to quote the following sentence from Dr. Gabor Mate. While we cannot say that any personality type causes cancer, certain personality features definitely increase the risk because they are more likely to generate physiological stress. Okay, now in doing that, integrating that quote using APA in-text citations, you can do it one of two ways. You can list the author's name here and then put the publication date and then the page number, or you can put them all at the conclusion of the sentence if you don't bring up the author in the citation. Similarly, paraphrasing, this brought up something quite interesting. One student mentioned that they weren't certain if paraphrasing needed to be cited, your in-text citations needed to be used when paraphrasing, and the answer is yes, it does need to be used because these are not your ideas. So again, you can do that one of two ways. At the conclusion of the sentence, the author, publication date, and page number, or should you bring up the author in the sentence, you can use the publication date afterward and then the page number. You can see Chapter 6 in your APA manual for more examples, specifically pages 170 and 171. When you're making reference to an entire work, and not just a specific quote, you're not required to use page numbers. So the following would be an example of that. Dr. John Rady is considered a pioneer for his work surrounding physical activity and cognitive development. So you're making reference there to his entire text. And because you're making reference to his text, you will have to include that in your list of references. And speaking of references, the reference page, the word reference needs to be centered at the top. All the entries need to be double spaced, and you need to use a hanging indent, which is seen below. I'm also going to send out a video on how to do that because that's new to some people. Now, in terms of the week 2 preview, you're going to be developing a research question. So let's say the broad topic that I'm interested in researching is adolescent obesity. So let's go through the PICO process together here and create a research question for that. Remember that a research question is not a thesis statement, but we will work on thesis statements in an upcoming unit. So the problem or population is adolescent obesity. The intervention, some initial research has shown that dietary interventions exist, nutritional education initiatives, and physical activity programs. Comparison, I guess, depending on the length of the paper, we could look at pre-adolescents and post-adolescents to see if there are similar benefits. And the outcome, we would show data to be evaluated from various programs to evaluate the efficacy. Now, once we have all that information, we can come down and write a research question. Which interventions have demonstrated long-term success with obese adolescents? So if you need help with your research question and hashing this out, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm always available, as are the librarians, because they've done a great deal of this. So please reach out to them if you need additional assistance, and they can also point you in directions where there is possibly a better focus in terms of quantity of research. But feel free to email me, type me, text me, Skype me, or call me. You can type me too if you want. That's fine. And finally, we have a tiny bit of English major humor here. I put a little pico de gallo there for you. So have a wonderful week. I look forward to your contributions. Thank you so much.